So today we're going to be doing more of Stage Red. I was going to do the Stage Blue episode, but as was similar with happened with which happened with Purple, it turns out that there's actually some stuff that I left out of Red just because I was, as usual, not terribly rested and not terribly with it. So first of all, Haiti is just poverty-stricken uh, set of islands, and it just hearing. I think their president or something actually got assassinated really recently, and there have been riots and revolts going on in that country. It's just poverty that's what's behind behind the red in Haiti. Another country is Somalia, and for much the same reason. A few decades ago, a dictatorship just came in and killed the initial government of Somalia, killed all the people who were more conscious and could have actually made a better society. And after that, the entire government of Somalia just completely fell apart and has been miserable over there. It's combination of red and a lot of purple and beige as well. It's Somalia is one of the absolute worst places to be in the entire world. Sierra Leone, Uganda, those are other big ones, also very high on the corruption index. Let's see, there was, I think there's Liberia, that's another one, similar, just general political instability. So those are some other real examples, none of which have anything to do with Malaysia. So very sorry I brought that one up. So let's see. Moving on. So there's another very important aspect of Stage Red that I forgot to mention again because is out of it. It's possible I'll just have to start doing two-parters for all the different stages. If this kind of thing continues, just start calling them part one and part two because the way my life is right now, it just doesn't seem terribly possible for me to do all of these well with it, and I always end up forgetting things. Anyway, the aspect that I wanted to bring up is the aspect related to the zero-sum game. So for those of you who haven't heard the term before, zero-sum game is the term for basically winner take all. More for me means less for everyone else. Success is a pie. Riches and glory are a pie. I have to take from others in order to make for myself. Dog eat dog world, that's what zero sum game means. So, gang culture, um, Putin, Bolsonaro, Trump, Trump always talks about the zero sum game, obsessed with winning. Everything is about winning. I think at one point Trump said, I'm gonna win so much that you'll get tired of winning or something like that. At what were the times when he was like running in 2016? It's a hilarious thing for anyone to say, but he's Trump can get away with anything, and of course the conservatives love it. But yeah, zero sum game is like one of the characteristics of red. It's all about absolute domination, taking from others so that you can have more for yourself. Spy agencies such as the CIA are heavily in stage red. Ideally, the CIA is supposed to have a little bit of stage blue as well, but well, I think we all know how that turned out. and Trump's appointees certainly didn't help anything. Actually, they people I read this article very recently about a book about a study that was done by just interviewing generals, and they were all afraid that there was going to be a coup by Trump right before the January 6th insurrection, and it's because of what Trump did with the CIA. The people that he put in a bunch of red people. I think that there was the head was they were like uh, known for torturing people in Guantanamo Bay or something like that. One of the people who believed in torture, and of course, just aside from Trump, the CIA itself is known for invading other countries, getting rid of whatever government they have, constructive or not. They did that with Iran in the 1950s, which is just a horrible, horrible scenario. They did that with certain countries in Latin America. I heard, or not heard, but read about a protest that erupted because of instability the CIA had caused, where 75,000 people ended up getting killed by the government that had been in place by the CIA. And, of course, their motto was, well, they might be a dictator, but they're our dictator. As long as we control other parts of the world, we don't have to worry about what they're going to do. So they're actually afraid of other parts of the world becoming too capable, and because of that, they want to make them as unstable as possible, make them as chaotic and miserable as possible, which is a terrible philosophy, but that's red thinking. This is the perfect example of red thinking, the zero sum game. We have to fuck up everything around us so that we can have all the stuff for ourselves, and we're the only ones who aren't fucked up. That's zero sum game. I brought up Trump, and Trump is like very, very reddish. He's not orange, he's not blue, and he's not anything except red. Trump has no belief in society whatsoever. he And he's also an extremely stupid person. He needed the briefings brought to him condensed down to everything on one page. It all had to be on one page because Trump was too stupid and too unfocused to be able to comprehend anything more than one single page of briefings. And this was the president for a while. Good God. Um, so I also wanted to give some examples of just more of how red actually works. So the way that things work in like gang culture, or a syndicate, a cartel, is basically everyone wants to be at the top, and they serve the organization in the hope that one day they can be the guy at the top. And because of that, the guy at the top is constantly afraid that the people below him are going to assassinate him. So it's dog eat dog, but turned into an organizational hierarchy. The people at the very bottom are completely disposable. If they die, perfectly fine. And the higher up you go, the less concerned you are with those who are immediately below you, because if there's fewer below you, that means there's less chances of people trying to take your place. And everyone in the organization has a dream that they're somehow going to be the top dog at the top of the organization, become the the lead gangster drug lord, or whatever. That's the dream for everyone in the organization. So it's a get together that's about destroying whatever communities around them for resources, but there's no love between anyone involved in it, because it's all about power. It's all about just gosh, I want to be the guy who controls everything. And they join, start at the bottom, and help the organization kill off a few people who didn't pay up, and then eventually they'll assassinate the guy above them, and then they'll do some of the stuff for the as the new position that the guy above them had, and then eventually they'll kill the guy above him, unless the guy above him gets killed by someone else, and that's how it works. It's dynamic by assassination and by people getting killed just because of the short lifespan a red world generates. So yeah, that's the new stuff I had to say about red. supplementary read episode, and the next episode after this definitely will be about Blue. Hopefully I can do all of Blue in one episode. We'll see how with it I am when I actually do recording for that. But if it's a thing where I feel unrested and I know after I'm done recording it that I left out stuff, then I'll just call it part one. We'll see what happens. Uh, it's ever since that heat wave, like the heat wave's long gone now, but for some reason I just can't feel rested again. I don't know what it is, and I've met other people at work who are like that at too. It's definitely something. Anyway, that's all for now.